Good evening and welcome to Around the World in 5. Queen Elizabeth is stressing the value of harmony and reconciliation this Christmas Day in her televised message after what she described as a quite bumpy year for her own family and for Britain as it struggled with Brexit. On reconciliation, the 93-year-old monarch spoke of how small steps taken in faith and in hope can overcome long-held differences and deep-seated divisions to bring harmony and understanding. The Queen also gave the example of Jesus Christ.
Of course, at the heart of the Christmas story lies the birth of a child, a seemingly small and insignificant step overlooked by many in Bethlehem. But in time, through his teaching and by his example, Jesus Christ would show the world how small steps taken in faith and in hope can overcome long-held differences and deep-seated divisions to bring harmony and understanding.
The Pope is praying for a softening of stony and self-centered hearts to help end injustice in the world in his Christmas Day message. From the Vatican balcony, Pope Francis spoke of walls of indifference being put up to people fleeing hardship in the hope of finding a better life. The Pope prayed for those hit by conflicts, natural disasters and diseases, listing several countries. He singled out parts of Africa where Christians had been killed. It is not so merry in Hong Kong as police fire tear gas using pepper spray on protesters to try to disperse crowd at Christmas-decorated shopping malls and nearby streets. There were no major clashes, but with impromptu crowds forming to shout abuse at the deeply unpopular officers who have been accused of using excessive force, police briefly fired tear gas in Mong Kong, a popular protest area. Hundreds of protesters dressed in black and wearing face masks descended on shopping malls around the Chinese-ruled city, shouting popular slogans.
We want the world to know that Hong Kongers are trying to lower the economic growth of the Christmas Day. And we are here not to destroy anything, but we are trying to let everyone to know that we won't celebrate the Christmas because we want to protest even on this joyful day.
The death toll from Monday's bus crash in Indonesia has risen to 28, with 13 others injured. The bus, which was allegedly overloaded with about 50 passengers, plunged over a hill and tumbled 150 meters into a ravine in Sumatra Island. Traffic accidents are common in Indonesia, with roads often cutting through rough terrain and vehicles often poorly maintained. Now, thousands of Algerians gathered to pay their last respects to the late military chief of staff, Lieutenant General Ahmed Gaed Salah. The funeral held in the capital, Algiers, as officials and family members mourned his loss. General Salah is said to have died of a heart attack on Monday, throwing Africa's largest country into further uncertainty 10 months into its political crisis. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan arrived in Tunisia in a Christmas surprise visit for talks with his Tunisian counterpart. It is the first visit by a head of state since Tunisian presidential elections in October. The visit comes as Turkey has ramped up efforts to strike deals with nations on the Mediterranean, where Ankara has been at odds with Greece over resources off the coast of the divided island of Cyprus. And finally, joining the feasting with U.S. troops stationed in South Korea as they enjoy a Christmas meal. Dozens of troops, some of them wearing Christmas sweaters and other festive clothing, gathered for roast meats and gingerbread cookies at Camp Humphreys in Pyeongtaek, which lies about 100 kilometers from the border with reclusive North Korea. About 28,500 U.S. troops are based in South Korea.
You think of family, and being separated from my wife is rough. But especially coming somewhere where you don't know if you're going to have good friends. But I've come to make those friendships. She has her friends back home. So especially during this Christmas time, it's okay. It's all right.
We understand that Korea is a demanding assignment and soldiers are away from home. We intend to provide an ambiance filled with comfort and food and great conversations to assist with easing the burden of missing home.
And that's your international news around the world in 5.